Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I hope you are doing good. Let's begin today's lesson. Today we are going to learn Surah At Takwir. We will recite verses 1 till 14 and we will understand the meaning of verses 1 till 14. Let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انكدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت وإذا النفوس زوجت وإذا الموءودة سئلت بأي ذنب قتلت وإذا الصحف نشرت وإذا السماء كشطت وإذا الجحيم سعرت وإذا الجنة أزلفت علمت نفس ما أحضرت صدق الله العظيم. Let's learn Quranic vocabulary. Ash-Shams, the sun. An-Nujum, the stars. Al-Jibal, the mountains. Al-Ishar, full term she-camel. Al-Bihar, the oceans. Let's have a look at the translation and understand the meaning. When the sun is wrapped up in darkness. This refers to that time when near the day of judgment, when the sun will become dark. You know, this is one of the signs of the day of judgment, that before the day of judgment will happen, this is one of the major signs that there will be night for 40 days. So the sun will be covered up in the darkness. So it will become night all the day. Even it's the daytime or the night time, the sun will be wrapped up in darkness. And here that sign of day of judgment is discussed. And the other sign of the day of judgment is that when the stars fall dispersing, like when the day of judgment will happen, the stars will leave their place and the planets will leave their place and will start falling down, and it will be the situation of a chaos. And when the mountains are removed, and this is also one of the signs of the day of judgment, that what will happen actually on the day when the day of judgment will happen, the mountains will leave their place and will start to move as the everything on earth will lose its gravity, and the mountains will move from their place and they will start to float like clouds. They will lose their weight even, and they will become so light as and start to float like they are like clouds, they are moving. So these are the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us by telling us what will happen on the day of judgment, and he's also swearing upon his creations. Number one creation is sun here, another one is a star, and the third one is mountain. And by swearing upon these creations, Allah is also telling us what will happen with these creations in the day of judgment. And when the full term she-camels are neglected. The she-camels are, as you know, in Arab countries, and we are living in UAE, so this is very obvious that the camels are very important for Arabs, and this is considered as a sign of richness. So the people who have more camels, they are considered as very rich people. So by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also telling us here by swearing upon his this creation, that camels, especially when the she camel, when she is pregnant, is having another camel in her in her, so that means that camel's worth increase, And but in the day of judgment, due to the chaos of that day, due to the uh, harshness of that day, even the rich people will forget about their properties, they will forget about their richness, they will forget about their wealth, they will forget about their camels. On that day, nobody will care about what they have and what they are doing, and they will only think about their self, that how they save themselves and how they find a shelter to secure themselves from the destruction of that day. So that day will be so destructive and so heavily destructive day that even the rich people will forget about their properties. So by telling she camel means that is a sign of a richness for the rich people. And when the wild beasts are gathered, and on that day all the animals which are considered wild and the other animals, they will all gather at one place. And when the seas are filled with flame, even that day would be so destructive that the earth will lose its balance and everything will go upside down, and the suns and the seas will be at that temperature that it will catch fire, and all the water will turn into the flame. And when the souls are paired, souls are paired means all the good souls will be paired with the good souls, and the bad souls are paired with the bad souls. This will also happen in the day of judgment, like Allah will gather all the people, and good people will be standing with good people, and the bad people will be paired with the bad ones. And when the girl who was buried alive is asked for what sin she was killed, in the old Arab in times, in the ancient Saudi Arabia, before the Islam came, the people used to bury their girls alive. When the girl was born in any family, it was considered as a sign of shame for the whole family, because the girls were not treated with respect in that society. So anyone who got the baby girl, they were ashamed and they were sad for her birth. And for this reason they were not considered as a sign of pride. Later on, Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, when he came with the message of Islam, so Allah gave respect to the woman, and Allah gave, and Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, said that that woman is the blessed woman who got the baby girl as her first child. So this is how Islam gave respect to little girls. And this is how Islam gave respect to the woman, by saying that your heaven lies beneath your mother's feet. This is how beautifully Islam gave increased the respect of the women. But before Islam, the women were considered as a stigma for the society. They were not considered as a source of, or as a sign of respect. So whenever the girl was born, the parents were so worried how they will save these girls from the bad people in the society. So they just to hide their this was considered as a sin. So to hide their sin, or to hide their this mistake, they used to bury their girls as soon they are born, they bury them alive. So on the day of judgment, those girls will also, Allah will ask question from them, why they were buried, what was the reason they were buried. So of course those people who buried them, they will be questioned. And those people who are the reason for that action, they will also be inquired about, that why they created such a situation that parents were so stressed up, so stressed out, and they were in so much pressure that they had taken this step. So this thing was happening before. Even now the times are changing, and after such a nice peaceful time of Islam, even now when people are going far away from Islam, they have started seeing the same thing, we have started experiencing the same thing, that people are not happy, or mostly on the birth of girls again, because of the societal reactions and societal behaviors. So may Allah save all the girls in the world, and may Allah give them respect, and may Allah make the heart of people good. They should always know that girls are a blessing from Allah, and they should not feel ashamed, and they should try to protect the girls. And when the pages are made public, And on the day of judgment, the pages will be made public. Whatever deeds we have done, they will be presented in front of everyone. They will be presented to us, and anything what we have done in this world will be shown to us, and we cannot hide on that day whatever we have done, except for if we are good enough that we are covering the bad deeds and sins of people in this world. Definitely Allah will forgive us, and Allah says those people who will cover the sins of each other in this world, Allah will forgive them and cover their sins in the day of judgment. So if you want your bad deeds to be uncovered, so you have to also hide the bad things, bad qualities of the people. If you know about them, you should hide their bad points, so Allah will cover your bad points in the day of judgment. And when the skies is stripped away, so definitely sky will also be split open, and everything will be so changed, and everything will become one. We cannot imagine there is a sky or there is earth. Everything will become one, and this is only Allah knows how this will happen. And when hell is set ablaze, and when the hell is already there with Allah, and it's already burning, and it will be like when we turn the flame on to high flame. So this is how it is explained, that the hellfire will be turned on the very high flame. And uh, and when the paradise is brought near, and the heaven which is also with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a reward for good people, that will also brought near, and a soul will then know what it has brought with it. And when people will be asked to enter hellfire or asked to enter the heaven, then everyone will know whatever they have brought with us, and whatever they were doing in this world. That's all. As this surah is quite long, so I will just keep it till verses 14, and we can complete it, the later part, in the next coming sessions. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself. Ma salama.